Hi, welcome to DC Machinery. This is our duplicator jig. What it does is it used a router bit to go through the template inside of this jig to carve out the shape that you want. So in this video, we're going to show you how to make a rolling pin like this and how to make a template to make this rolling pin. We will take you to look at some of the basic ideas and the details about how to make the template. Let's go. So this is the demonstration piece. This is the template, and I've already drawn some of the key features and some of the key information in here. So the first thing you need to do is you need to draw two lines. Here, this one is called the screw line, and this line is called the center line. It's something like this. I made another piece here. Now, usually what I do is from the edge to the first screw line, I'll give it about 20 millimeters of space. And then from the screw line to the center line, this is a fixed 25 millimeter. This is what we designed. So you have to make 25 millimeters between the screw line and the center line. Now the center line is the center of your wood piece. So imagine this rolling pin here. This is where you want it to turn and to make the shape like this. Okay, so now if we're going to make a rolling pin this size, I've already measured it. This is a 38 centimeter rolling pin. Then maybe we should mark the edge of this rolling pin like here and here. So now we have two marks. This is the actual length of your rolling pin. Let's draw a line right here. And here. Okay. Now, when we are putting this on the duplicator jig, we need to give the actual length a little bit more space to let the router bit travel through the entire template. So the idea is to leave minimum half of the diameter of your router bit. So our router bit is an 18 millimeter router bit, so we need to leave at least 9 millimeters on both sides. Okay, so what I usually do is I use this little ruler. This is 15 millimeters wide, and I just need to move it lean it against this line, this actual length line, and here as well. Here. Draw a line here. So that's why I would say this within these two lines is the actual length of your piece. Now you can start creating your own pattern here. Let's say for this rolling pin, we need to draw the curve right here and the curve right here. So I've already made one like this. This is the one, and you can see this is the edge of the rolling pin, and this is the curve and to the handle here and here. So you put it on and you're ready to go. So let's do a little bit of review again. First of all, put everything together. Here. You need to draw two lines. The screw line, that is 20 millimeters from the edge, and then the center line, that is 25 millimeters between the screw line and the center line. And find out the actual width that you want and extend it for at least half of the diameter of your router bit. In my case, I leave 15 centimeters. So then you will have a template like this. This is the actual length. This is the space we leave. This is the screw line, the center line, and we're ready to go. Now we're going to leave 2 screw holes on the screw line. Well, you can choose any position because on the bottom of the duplicator jig there's a slot that you can move whenever your screws position. So let's say we do here and here. We're going to drill 2 holes, and we're going to use the bandsaw to cut a slot here and here, like this one. This is for you to move a little bit forward or backwards. We'll explain this a bit later, but right now, this is the basic idea of how you're making the template. Okay, so now we have finished the template. I've cut out this curve here and here, and then I've drilled 2 holes here and I cut a slot here. This has allowed you to move a little bit up and down when you're making your rolling pin. Okay, let's see what we can do. First, at the bottom of the duplicator jig, you will find 2 screws. These 2 screws are used to secure the template you made. These 2 screws are movable so you can match the screw hole on your template. Here's the template we just made, and we already cut out 2 slots for securing the template on the duplicator jig. Position the sliding nut under the screw slot and secure the 2 screws, but do not fully tighten the screw. The next step is to align the center line with the scale on the side, on the position of 0. And now we can fully tighten the 2 screws. Next, you need to find the center of your workpiece. In this case, we've marked out the center by drawing 2 lines across the opposite corner. Put the front and the back pin onto the center of the workpiece. Here's a little tip. When you secure the workpiece, first tighten the 4 screws and then drive the tail block until it's fully tightened. And last, secure the screw on the pin and you're ready to go.